Bluebell's New School, Chapter 3. Foodleton Primary was a small school. There was only one class with all age groups in it. The little children were given easy work, but the others all had reading and writing and maths and science. Bluebell liked Miss Crisp straight away. She had a kind face and didn't raise her voice in a grumpy way at anyone, not even little Alfie Spinblast, who by mid-morning had eaten an older child's homework, pulled out his friend's runner-bean plant shoot, and weed on the floor. "Break time," said Miss Crisp, clapping her hands for attention. The children filed out into the playground with their apples and water bottles. Bluebell was having a lovely time playing horses with a ginger-haired girl called Robin, who she had just made friends with, when she heard a shout. "Look at Alfie Spinblast!" An older boy was pointing at the clock tower, goggle-eyed. Bluebell followed his gaze. There, on the roof of the tower, hanging onto the cockerel weather vane at the very top, was little Alfie. He looked even tinier than usual, he was so high up. The children all gawped at him. "Hi, everyone!" shouted Alfie. "Look at me! I'm up here!" He waved vigorously, his voice very tiny and far away. He had sneaked into the tower through the door that the engineers had left open. Then, at the top of the stairs, he had found a way onto the roof. At that moment, Miss Crisp appeared through the door, holding her freshly made cup of coffee. She saw all the children looking up into the sky, and with some interest followed their gaze. When she saw the small figure of Alfie hanging off the clock tower roof like a monkey up a tree, she shrieked and dropped her mug. It smashed into a zillion pieces, and hot coffee splashed across the playground. "Alfie Spinblast, come down here this instant!" she squealed. "You what?" Alfie cupped his hand to his ear, hanging onto the weather vane with the other and leaning forward to hear better. "Come down now!" Miss Crisp took several large steps towards the tower and looked up at him. "I can't, miss," called Alfie a little sadly. "I'm stuck." "Wait right there," Miss Crisp said. "Don't move. I'm going to get help." With that, she turned on her heels and marched back into the school building. The door shut behind her. The other children stood watching, wide-eyed, wondering what would happen next.